Hi my friend, and how are you doing? And then I am planning to tell you that what is Toyota's Dual VVT-i engine and how it is different when we compare this standard VVT-i Toyota's engine and what is difference. And here I have now this Toyota's Dual VVT-i engine, and this engine came from Toyota Corolla car, and this engine is the newest model of this Toyota's Dual VVT-i engines, and this is currently used in this Toyota Corolla cars. And firstly, what is this VVT-i system? This VVT-i system is Toyota's patented system what moves this camshaft positions automatically when this computer decides. And this basic VVT-i engines had only one of these systems, and this system is that part in here, and soon we look at closer. And it adjusted only intake camshaft. And what are those benefits when we have this automatically system what change these camshafts lifts? And this lifts means that how long those valves are open. And this is this idea that when we change this movement, then these valves moves in different way and actually in different timing when we compare this piston's movement. And this dual VVT-i engine is even better because there is also this exhaust cam movement also. And this system works so that we have those parts what control this system. And first part is this car's computer, where is this program what knows that what is this car's revs, that what speed this engine is running. This is the number one. And like we are running like 1000 rev, then this computer automatically adjusts in that way this my cam in different position. And then when I have full throttle like 6000 revs, then this computer changes this my cam again in another position. And this is this VVT-i system's core idea. And then of course how it happens, that how this my car can move this camshaft. There is thing that everything happens automatically. And this movement force what moves that camshaft in that way, look, it's oil. This VVT-i system power comes from this oil pump, and there are those hoses what goes inside that circle cylinder in here and here, and then this oil moves. There are inside parts in here, inner area, and next I will also show my video when I opened these bolts that what is this inside movement, because it is really interesting. And then if we like to open these bolts, we need specific tools, because these VVT-i systems opening, it is not normal service thing. But if there's issues, Toyota's technicians, they opens these parts. But this Toyota's VVT-i system is extremely durable and extremely high quality system, and it really helps. And then what are those benefits that what this dual VVT-i engine makes better than standard engine? First one is that this VVT-i system gives more power and torque. This engine is more flexible. This is first thing. We have more power in low revs and high revs. And then also this engine behavior moves in different. These Toyota's dual VVT-i engines, they runs really smoothly, and then they reacts gas pedal movements really fastly. And this is this due by this VVT-i system in both cams, intake and exhaust. And I can feel the difference when I have only the standard VVT-i system when I compare that in that dual VVT-i. And that's I can recommend to you that this dual VVT is better. And then of course these benefits of this engine. When we have these VVT-i systems, then this car consumes less gasoline and fuel. This is the thing. And there is at least those three things why this is better. First one was that we have better torque and power in low revs and high revs. And then second is that this engine behavior is really smooth and fast. And they are nice things. And third one is also that this engine consumes less fuel. Okay, and then let's go to look that closer, that I can show to you that what kind of parts we have. And let's go to look that when I demonstrate these parts. Okay, and here first when we look that engine, this is this intake dual intake VVT-i system, and it is there in inside that part, and then that one is then exhaust camshaft VVT-i system, and there are bolts, and look that these opening bolts are different, and there is also interesting spring in this exhaust cam VVT-i system. And then we can go to look a little bit closer that how this oil goes in this inside this VVT-i system. First thing is that we can see in here these holes, and when we have this cylinder, this timing chain cover, there are roads and holes that this oil comes directly on that hole in here, and there are pipes what connects this oil in here, and then oil goes through these holes in that upper area. And then we look next when I take this timing chain out, that how this oil goes in this VVT-i system. And now we have to look in that area next. Okay, and then when these both VVT-i systems, they are working by oil pressure. Oil pressure moves these inside parts in here, and now I have opened this camshaft, this first bearing rod, and when I take that part away, we can see these oil rods in here. Okay, now I move that little bit away, and here we can see that in that hole, look, this one, there is this direct hole in this area. Now I take a little bit better view. When oil comes in that hole, it goes up in here, look, that area in here, and then oil moves directly in here. Okay, and this oil is really moving in these holes in here, and then it goes in these holes in here, look, that holes in here, and there we can see those small holes. And then this oil goes through these holes inside that VVT-i system, and it moves those inner parts, look. And then oil goes out in that another direction. And it is really complex mechanic engineering, and these movements happens automatically, and there are those sensors what controls this movement. But I have to say that this is really nice and interesting when we look that this oil goes through these holes, and then it changes these cylinders inside parts, and then when it moves, these cams moves like in that way. Look, this is like low rev position, and then when we have high revs, it moves in here. And this is this VVT-i system's ideology, that it changes these things. And then, of course, we have these sensors what measures this VVT-i system, and there we have those sensors in this cam area and also in here. And let's go to look those closer. Okay, and here we have this first sensor what is in here, this black one, and it measures this crankshaft movements. This is sensor, and it measures these teeth movements when the crankshaft is moving. It is first sensor, and then we go to look next sensor. Okay, and now I have in here this cylinder head cover, and there is really 4 of these sensors. This is this first sensor what measures this intake camshaft positions and movement, that one. And then there is this second sensor what controls this exhaust camshaft and VVT-i systems this work. And then we have also, when we look in that closer area, there are 2 sensors in that area what controls that what are these camshaft's positions. This is for intake and this is for exhaust. And then I looked at another part of that thing, and in here we can see that how this oil movement happens. Look, there, this side is now in this exhaust area, and that is intake. And in these areas, this VVT-i valve moves this inside piston, and oil goes of one of those 3 holes in here. Look, there is 3 holes, and that using these holes and then this VVT-i sensor and actually this adjustment piston, because this is like servo cylinder what stops and opens this oil movement. And also in that intake area there is similar, and this is exhaust VVT-i systems, those sensors, those holes where oil goes in and out. And then we can also look at where this oil goes. This oil goes when these parts, these holes in here opens, it goes directly in here, these lines in here. And then it changes like this intake, camshaft movements, or then is exhaust. And then I like to show that one part what is now missing, what connects these holes to this area. Okay, and now I have this camshaft's first bearing where we can see this black sealant and gasket. And this VVT-i system's oils go through these holes. Look, this is like intake, and then this is this exhaust, and that part in here, it takes contact to that cover, and in how we can see it. Now when I take that my part, and now I install that it in position. This is this normal position, look. And now this oil goes, firstly, it comes in here, in that area, in here, and then it goes through that area in here, and then this sensor, this VVT-i sensor, moves its piston, and then it manages to set this oil in here. Look, there are nice holes in here, and this is this exhaust, and there is intake, and then this computer automatically set up these things, and in that position in here we have also this VVT-i systems, this filter, if I am right, that black one. Okay, and then next I like to show this computer area what controls this fuel package. Okay, and then when we are looking this VVT-i systems computer, we have to go in this car's engine bay area, and this silver box in here, this is this car's PC and this core computer, and there are those cables, and this computer includes software what controls this VVT-i systems parts. Okay, and then when I take that metallic plate out, this metallic plate looks like this, and this metallic plate covers this system, and here is this great idea. This is camshaft now, what we are looking, and this Toyota's VVT-i system works so that there is oil pressure what moves that wheel, and there is actually two wheels, that wheel and then this inside wheel what connects to this camshaft, and then we look a little bit this camshaft, and there is this camshaft inside in this VVT-i system, and we look that next. Okay, and then we look this VVT-i camshaft, this module, a little bit closer, and first there is that kind of metallic plate what goes like, and there is this line, and then there is a small hole in there, and it goes in here only one position, and this is that position. Now it seems that there was one position, and maybe I was in right. Yes, sorry, I was in right, and it was actually in here. Here was that place, and there is this point, and then there inside, in there, very near of this bolt, there is small hole. Okay, and when we take that cover out, there can be see a little bit movement. There is first that kind of small spring what I take out, and here is that kind of spring one what I insert in there, and then we look that little bit closer, and there was idea that this VVT system works so that this part moves, and it needs all time that there is this small this part in there, like this hole, and this oil moves that part in this way, and when this moves in different position, then this other wheel can move, and this is this VVT-i systems, this core idea, and this is like this brake, and when it goes in one position, it stops. And when we look in their inside a little bit, there is some holes in there, and when this moves, there is this hole what goes in this, and it locks. Now this bolt goes down. Okay, and then when we like to insert it in down, a little bit drop it, and actually now I use my screwdriver and I am like oily, and here is this valve. And when we look this valve, this is really specific part, and there is small point in there, and this valve controls this VVT system's work, and there is no any hole. It is only like in that way. And then we look this more, and there was those yellow parts in here. These are like seals and gasket, like in those pistons rings, what makes this oil pressure in inside. And then when I a little bit move that in this position, this system opens, and now there is possibility that there are small springs in there, like in here, and these parts, they can throw and they can fly away. This is like a small metallic this seal, and then I insert that in there, and then when I I take that again, all of these parts drops away. Okay, and now when we do that, we have to be really carefully that we insert all of these parts in back and in same position. And here is this metallic feel, and now as there is even this, and be carefully that you don't miss any of those. Okay, and then when we look in that other side, there is one metallic pin. What is there is some purpose of that, and then we look more this part, and there is still those seals, and now it is like it's like free. It's like free, and then we can look that how this works. Yes, there is this hole, and it goes in here, and then this oil is, there is this ventile, and in this ventile, that part in here, it goes in this ventile in here, in this way. Now it's in wrong position, but I saw that there is this part. Okay, and now this is, it is like moving, and this oil is really, it moves with those holes in here, in these holes, and oil is moving this system, and this is really, and then when we look in there, there are small also in holes in there, and there is hole where this oil moves, and there is also this oil in that area, and also in there, and in here. Yes, this is quite complex system. this is not basic engineers first job to do. Please create new VVT-i system, and then even that this system really works and hundreds of thousands miles, and it means that these materials they are decided many times. Okay, and then I take this oil control unit, and we look also that. Okay, and here we have this oil control unit, and this works idea is that when this Toyota's computer decide that hey, now you need to change this valve position in here, then this oil, what is this normal motor oil, then this sensor moves these parts position. And now I show that how it happens. It happens so that this electric motor in here, it moves these valves little bit in this way. Now we take closer view, and it really moves when we look this inside this piston. This moves. Now I move in my screwdriver, but normally there inside in this area there is electric motor what moves this valve a little bit, and then oil can start to drain and flow out in here, and then it goes directly in this area. In here there are those holes, and it goes through in that metallic part inside in here, and then it automatically moves that position. And then when you look these camshafts areas, this moves in that way, and this is interesting. And this is not so easy that this is manual system. There is all time this computer and this car electronic what controls this movement, and also what is this camshaft speed, and there is this camshaft this other area where is this this measurement point, and then I take this sensor and there is the sensor where are those cables, and it sensors that. Yeah. Okay, and then final part is to disassemble that moving part in here, and for that you need 14mm wrench what fits in here, and then you need bigger tool. What size is this size is, what is this size? This is maybe 20. Yes, this is 24mm, and this part fits in here, in that position. Where is this place in here? And then I have to say that this bolt was extremely thick. I use that kind of long this bar, and I need to insert this whole system in my workbench, and then I managed to open that bolt. In that small wrench I couldn't open, but in this longer tool I managed to open that bolt, and this bolt was extremely thick. But now I open that bolt in here, and let's look what is this situation. In there I open that bolt, and this bolt was extremely thick. Okay, and what this looks like. Okay, and there was special bolt, and now this VVT-i unit is open, and here is interesting things. When we look in there, then we a little bit look closer. There is that this kind of part, and this goes in here, and this goes in here, and it moves in there. Now I think that this is not in right position, but there is one specific position where this moves, and even in here, now when we look that this is not same size in all places in this part, but this is interesting. There is hole to this oil, and this hole is in that hole in there, and also these are some holes. Okay, and then this part is moving. This part is moving like in here, and okay, now this part opens totally. Okay, and here we can see that there is one hole where I think that oil can go, and then when we look, there are those small holes where oil goes, and there is even one part. And then we look this camshaft, and there, when we look in there inside, there are those holes. In there is this hole. When we look, yes, you can see in there are those holes in there. Okay, and this oil goes with those. There are really many holes. Yeah, this is really engineering. Okay. Okay, and now I think that there is one part left, but I think that I can leave that. And when there is this hole in here is one hole, and there is second. Okay, and thank you for watching. Now we have disassembled also this VVT-i, this system, and there are those parts, and normally these bolts goes away in that way. Okay, thank you for watching.